Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. We have a very exciting video for you today, a little behind the scenes action for custom embroidery pieces. So my friend Sam and I, who you'll see in a few minutes here, we run the Stitch and Buffs together. And what we do is we run an Etsy shop and it sells multiple kind of categories of things that are all stitching related. So one big category is our cross stitch patterns. They're just digital downloads that we put up and people can go and buy them and download them at any time. That is a very low maintenance part of our business plan. The more involved section involves custom embroidery pieces. So if you go onto our Etsy shop, you will see multiple custom embroidery listings. One of them is for a house, one of them is for wedding embroideries, so we can kind of categorize them. And it kind of tells us how big the project is going to be. So we just got an order for a custom wedding embroidery piece where someone really loved their wedding portrait and they wanted it to be embroidered in an 8-inch hoop. So Sam is more of the embroidery guru. I am more of the cross stitcher of the group. So my skills are not really useful, I would say, in the custom embroidery pieces. But what I can do and what we have learned is that we can split up the work according to our skills, even in the custom pieces. Over the course of getting multiple of these orders, we've figured out a way to divide and conquer the work so it feels pretty balanced and we're each operating in our strengths. We're gonna make a YouTube video later about what we've learned through our Etsy business, and that is a big one. Do what you are good at, and not everyone has to do everything. So I have learned that I am not the embroidery guru, that is more Sam. But I do more of the intake and front end component of the custom embroidery order. So we will show you the behind the scenes of processing and creating the order we just got. So the first thing that happens is someone will go onto the Etsy listing on our site for, in this case, custom wedding embroidery, and they will purchase the item. Now, in the listing, it says to email us the picture or attach a picture in Etsy of the photo that you would like to have embroidered. So they will reach out with an email to us with the picture that they want embroidered. And I usually handle the front end. So I make sure their picture is good, you know, kind of a good candidate for an embroidery piece, that it'll all look good. I reply to the person who ordered it saying, thank you so much for sending your photo and we're so excited to make this for you. Then I start doing the initial sketch. And you'll see this in a few minutes, but Sam needs to be able to print something on water-soluble paper so she knows where she needs to stitch. So in this case, the bride sent me the picture of her and the groom. And so I saved off her photo onto my iPad and I opened up the app Procreate. Procreate is probably the best app I have ever used. It is so versatile and there are so many things you can do on it, but I keep it very, very simple for this embroidery outline because we're just doing like the black lines as an outline. So it's very simple. I don't have to do any effects or anything like that. So I import the picture into Procreate, I add a layer on top of the photo, and I simply just trace out the people and the bouquet in the photo. If their picture has a bouquet, I do a very simple outline of it because Sam can kind of look at, you know, the flower colors, the type of flowers, and kind of do some different knots as she's looking at it. So she kind of improvs that part with all the colors and things like that. So I just do a very simple outline of flowers that stand out or big greenery pieces and things like that. Now, there are very tricky parts on this particular one. The hands were so hard to actually do. I do not like drawing hands, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. This one took me a while because I just could not draw this thumb. Like, I don't know what happened. The hands looked so wonky for so long. Eventually I got it and it was all fine. So after I feel like, you know, everyone looks good in the outline, things are adjusted as they need to be, I save off the outlined picture and I reply back to the bride's email and I send the mock-up of that outline to the bride. And I say, hey, this is the mock-up of it. If there's anything you need to change, let us know. We'd be happy to make these changes. You know, 9 times out of 10, they're very happy with the outline. And so at that point, I just save it off and I send it to Sam to take over from there.
Hi, everybody. So today I'm going to be walking us through how you stitch a wedding embroidery, assuming it's already been drawn for you. So as Abby has already shown you how she drew the wedding embroidery, this is where I kind of pick up the process. So what I do is I print the wedding embroidery out on something called Sticky Solvy. So what it is it's a water soluble paper. So you can actually run it through your printer and it will print out the image for you. So at this point, I've already cut the image to the size that I want. In this case, I'm doing an 8-inch hoop wedding embroidery. So this is what it'll eventually look like. And all you have to do is peel the back off, which can take a little bit, which can be a little annoying. But you peel the back off the Sticky Solvy. And it gives you this really thin sticker-like paper, and you just put it in the middle of your embroidery and stick it on the fabric wherever you want it to be. I've already cut a lot of excess fabric, so it didn't have to be exactly in the center, but as you can see, it's like stuck to the embroidery. Now you can start stitching.
So basically after Sam is done with the entire stitching process, then we move into backing and then shipping out the design. So we don't want to have the back of the piece look messy or like you can see through it or anything. So Sam adds a back, and we're going to go through in a whole other video about what that process is like, how she makes it look nice, what she does to finish up the piece, and that'll be, you know, there's so much detail that you could go into that'll be a whole other video. So just know that she finishes it by putting a nice back on it, making sure it all looks perfectly lovely for the customer. And then she goes to USPS to ship it off. So we have these cute pink envelopes that we pack them all up with. Sometimes we'll add another like bubble wrapped envelope just to make sure everything is nice and safe in its transit. And that is really the whole process of us from beginning to end making a custom embroidery piece. So it's definitely a decent amount of work. Sam takes the brunt of the work, like the true hero she is. But it's super fun to make. We just get so excited to create this beautiful thing and to commemorate this great event in your lives. So if you want a custom embroidery piece, make sure to go over to the Stitch and Buffs Etsy shop and you will find all the listings there, and it'll walk you through all the steps to order one. But just know that when you place an order, we shriek with excitement. Like classic like small business videos you've seen of when someone places an order and they're like, oh my gosh. That is us every time a custom order comes through. So we love doing them. The process is so much fun, and we are just so happy for you guys in your big wedding days, and we're so excited we can make something that will commemorate that day. So thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate you being here, and make sure to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more. We'll see you next Friday for another video. Bye everyone.